This is gross.
How you doing, man?
I'm good. Does it look like I'm sweating?
No, I can't tell.
Are you sweating?
Cool. Yeah, I'm sweating.
Well, he's under a spotlight. Of course he's gonna sweat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just one light. It's the only light in my room.
Okay. You're with friends right now. We're not interrogating you, but I do want to know where you have been during this whole coronavirus.
Man, I've been around.
Yeah.
I've been everywhere,
Ooh,
man.
driving a man to drink, huh? Damn.
That's a mighty fine beer.
It's so funny. Like
American.
I'm not sure if there's a substance that I've seen you try to like impair yourself with that you actually truly enjoy.
What do you mean?
Maybe the herbs and spices. Maybe
I enjoy the herbs and spices. Yeah, the 23. Yeah, what was it, KFC?
Papa John's.
I was gonna say Popeyes. Yeah, Papa
All right.
John's 23.
All right, top right now. I'm putting you on the spot immediately. Top 3 pizzas delivered. Chains. I know what hers is.
What's mine?
She loves Pizza Hut the most.
Okay.
And
Ooh.
then she loves Papa John's ultra thin crust Philly pizza. And then oh wait, no, what is it then?
It is Domino's, and Domino's.
Oh no. Yeah. That's not how this
Domino's
works.
is number 1.
Okay, Domino's. Then I would say Pizza Hut, and then what other chain is there?
Papa John's.
Domino's, Pizza Hut. Ooh, I was going to say Little Caesars, but that doesn't count.
Okay.
Hungry Howie's.
All right, we won't say delivery. We'll say
DiGiorno.
We won't say delivery. We'll say chain pizza restaurant. So I guess CC's is in there now too.
Okay.
CC's. Ooh.
Because I know that you've done the research.
yeah. I've been a professor of fast food pizziology.
She's a creature of habit.
Mm-hmm.
She prefers the Pizza Hut pan crust deep dish, right? Isn't that what it is? It's deep dish pan crust?
No, just like the hand toss, like
hand toss. Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
From Pizza Hut. I like the hand toss from Domino's, and then I would have to say Hungry Howie's if we're not talking delivery.
Yeah,
what's Hungry Howie's?
It's Florida, and they have 27 different flavor crusts.
Okay.
It's like Dr. Pepper.
Garlic butter. How many times can you do garlic and butter?
Oh no, you've got everything. You've got poppy seeds. You've got
poppy
sesame. I mean, like you've got everything. Cajun crust. Get a pepperoni pizza with extra pepperoni and Cajun crust. It is amazing.
Yeah. Cajun crust is the best one. So you know Cajun fries at Five Guys?
Yeah.
That flavoring on the crust.
With extra pepperoni.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get a nice spicy pepperoni.
It tastes so good.
So what about you?
How's the cheese? How's the cheese? Is it greasy?
Yeah, it's like cheaply made. It's kind of like a Little Caesars kind of thing.
It's kind of skin flappy.
It's not. It's only they don't do. You don't dine in, and they don't do delivery. It's strictly carry out. It's that type of setup.
Okay, so you gotta eat it real fast at home.
Yes.
They were getting
not good cold.
Yeah, they were getting shut down for health reasons long before Corona.
Yeah,
so they're ready.
Yeah.
They are recession proof. That group.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you've eaten it long enough, you have a tolerance to any of the bacteria you'll get. So that's But it's I don't know
if you have diarrhea no matter what.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Either way. I don't know actually. That's a good point. Let me look that up to see. Hold on.
Pat, you brought my attention to the Waffle House index, and I think there's an index higher than the Waffle House index, and that's the bodega index.
Oh,
because
okay,
if a bodega is closed, then like we're all gonna die.
Yeah. Yes, I agree with that.
Hold on. Let me see. I want to see where Hungry Howie's.
Like how far?
Yeah, location.
I think it's just Florida.
What are
New Jersey?
What are some? Dude, if it's Jersey, we'll
I'll drive. Yeah. Oh yeah. We'll just sit in the car and eat it.
Altoona, PA.
Oh, that's not too far. That's like 3 hours.
Oh,
that's towards Pittsburgh.
And they do deliver.
Oh.
Hungry Howie's might be my number one.
DoorDash. Can we DoorDash that?
Dude, now is the time to look for sponsorship. They're in Delaware. They're in
You get
Erie,
$100. Delaware. Delaware's
Yeah.
closer than Altoona.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm definitely going there. Sorry, but so yeah, we will definitely go to Hungry Howie's once this is all over.
Yes.
Yeah.
But what is your favorite? What do you think your favorite? Like what your top 3? I know I'm putting you on the spot, but that's part of this, man.
You're putting me on the spot. Yeah, I'm a Detroit guy through and through. So in my whole life, we'd go. We'd help old people when I was in middle school and stuff. We'd help old people put their groceries in their car, get a little tips from that, and then we take those tips and we go to Pizza Hut and we buy us a little pan pizza, personal pan pizza.
Yeah.
$4. You take it on the bus. We eat it on the way home. You know.
Yeah.
So
I will
Pizza
say
Hut
that
is a fine place in my heart, but Domino's is number 1.
Yep.
Wow.
So good. And I think
Incredible.
it's the consistency. I think you just, it's always what you expect it to be. It never lets you down.
Never lets you down. Yeah.
I prefer that over like a mom and pop shop. Like he loves the.
I prefer the mom and pop. Like
yeah,
because they always put too much cheese.
Yeah,
and that's what I need. I don't want like. There's we've been doing a lot of rewatches of things obviously because there's not a lot of new stuff that I'm like super excited for. Yeah. But like we've been rewatching Parks and Rec and
okay.
There was a specific episode where Ron Swanson goes into a diner and orders all of the bacon and eggs they have. And he's like, hold on now, son. I know what you thought you heard. What you thought you heard was give me a lot of eggs and bacon. But what I said was I want all of the eggs and bacon you have. that's how I feel about the cheese. I'm like, I know I cannot put extra enough on Domino's. I can't put extra enough on anything else. And you don't even have to order it with most restaurant like mom and pop pizza places. Yeah. They just put a ridiculously fucking crazy amount.
They're just going to do it naturally.
There's when there's a pool of cheese on the pizza. That's all I know. I'm doing this again.
Ooh, yeah. Mamma mia.
So
is that a snake? Oh no, that's not a snake. It looks like a toy. Is it a wood gun?
Yeah, it's a wooden gun, yeah. And then boobs.
Oh,
it's a rubber band gun. You put the rubber band here.
That.
It's not loaded. Don't worry. Safety zone.
No, don't point that at me.
Yeah, you guys see Tiger King, right?
Yeah.
Shoot that bitch right between the fucking eyes.
Yeah. Should get Travis.
Oh my god, I felt so bad for that kid. The one that witnessed it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I was just like,
just some normal kid.
Yeah, he's just some normal guy that's like, what am I doing? The one that saw Travis shoot himself. Because that's the film. Like you see, that's the the video that you've seen. He's like, what? Like,
yeah.
Did that just
my favorite one? Happen? My favorite one that I've seen so far has been
that. Now it's loaded.
Yeah, now it's loaded. It was the one that said the face you make when you finally win Russian roulette. This is our rubber band gun. Wild like the Taliban. 9 in my left, 45 in my other hand. You know what I mean? That's what I'm playing.
He's gonna break this new computer we just got.
Right between the fucking
He's gonna break the new computer.
Yeah.
He's gonna break that new computer with them bars.
Yeah, hell yeah. So Domino's, what is number 1?
Yeah.
Then Pizza Hut.
Sure. Then Pizza Hut. And then Little Caesars.
Wow. Yeah, isn't that a Detroit thing? Or is that just Little Caesars arena?
Little Caesars? No, I think Domino's is actually. Little Caesars too. Little Caesars is a Detroit thing. Yeah. Yeah. I take back everything I said. Yes.
I'm a Detroit guy, so I like Pizza Hut.
The Pizza Hut was just near the grocery store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a means to an end.
So Tiger King, we already talked about it a little bit. That's obviously everybody's talking about it.
Yeah.
My biggest takeaway from it has been, and I've said it before, my problem with the show is the fact that there's nobody to root for. I'm not necessarily a Joe Exotic fan because he's also crazy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I have to share with you, much like I have in other cases, my personal connection. I think I held one of those fucking tigers.
What from what, Tiger King?
Yeah, in Tampa
Which-
Bay and at the Pinellas Parkside Mall parking lot, I held a baby
Wait.
tiger and got my picture taken.
With who? Doc Ansel?
I don't know. See, that's the thing is I
You
don't know who
yeah.
it. But
it's
Yeah.
from it's those are the main people, and especially in the
Right.
90s,
Now,
it could
you
have
gotta show
been
me-
from her because she
Yeah.
did the cub petting or whatever.
right.
That's how
Yeah.
she started out.
I think
and
it was that
then
bitch Carol
she
Baskins.
and so
Yeah.
it could have been Carol Baskins
Yeah.
that you
I
were
gotta see
with.
these pictures, dude. I gotta see these tiger
Yeah.
pictures.
I got my
you
mom
know
on
what's
it.
beautiful is
Yeah.
he's wearing all Tampa Bay Bucks stuff.
Yeah.
And it was just when they had switched their logo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they
Yeah.
updated
Oh,
it,
yeah.
so he had a hat and a jersey holding a
Yeah.
tiger. I'm like,
Yeah.
how Florida is
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. Hey, you might as well have a crossbow strapped to your back.
Yeah, but I told her, I was like, you have to find that Polaroid and make a shirt out of it. Like that's merch right there.
That would be
The
a
real
sick
Tiger
photo-
King.
or
Yeah,
sick-
I would
t-shirt.
so
Yeah.
wear that. Or a koozie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A koozie? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
My biggest
Hopefully.
takeaway was tigers do not like to be held.
Didn't you say like it not like batted your face, but
Yeah.
like his paw,
They're
like
just like
yeah.
Yeah.
But so who were you rooting for in that whole thing? What do you think?
I really like Saf.
The gentleman who lost his arm?
Yes. Yes, Saf. Saf was cool. I like the
That
guy.
was dumb as fuck. What the hell are you guys talking about?
Saf was a genuine person.
No, he was
Yeah.
cool. He was
Yeah.
cool. Saf loved the Tigers, so that's like I rooted for anybody who actually liked the Tigers.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
him, the other
Eric with the
guy
blonde hair.
the blonde haired guy. Oh my god, he
Yeah.
was too much. And then the guy with no
teeth,
legs.
the no teeth and the string,
Yeah.
like Dr. Roxo with like
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
The rock and
Those
roll
three,
clown, yes.
they're just like they're there because they have nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I guess anybody that was taking shelter there is
Yeah.
okay, but like
Yeah.
I think it was the people that were at least admitting the people that were admitting at the end.
God.
The people that were admitting at the end.
That one sounds like it smells.
Yeah.
There's a level to like loyalty that I think can be damaging for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's also like a level of like, hey man, I don't know, he didn't do me any wrong. And I feel like that was the guy that walked his legs off. The
Yeah.
one that like his legs were gone.
What an idiot.
Is that what he did? Is he walked his legs away?
Yeah, he fell from a zip line.
Oh, because he got it. Yeah.
You're
And
like,
then
oh my god, the tiger took your legs, huh? And he's like, nah, fucking zip line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then he just kept walking on them, and it became too much.
Yeah.
But it was the same thing with
yeah.
I don't think I realized they attached his hand back on.
Yeah.
And then for whatever, I can't really remember what happened.
It was going to take to do the rehab.
That's
and then
right.
To do all that
it was
going to
take too long.
Yeah.
So then he was like, just cut it off.
But Joe guilted her
Yeah.
into coming, or him to come, whatever. I don't either. To coming back. To coming back.
I think you're trying, and that's the only thing that matters.
Yeah,
That's
right?
what counts.
Yeah.
Did you? So
While rolling his eyes.
you know, at these times like this, I don't really. It doesn't. I don't. You know. Either way, I've been watching a lot. Not just because of the Falls Count Anywhere podcast or anything like that, but the Dark Side of the Ring and shit like that. Have you been watching that? It's weird. It's weirdly gotten me consistently more into wrestling, but only like the stuff that I remember.
Yeah, it's more reminiscence.
Yeah.
Like it's just like, oh, I remember that. Oh my god, I like that guy. I should not have liked that guy.
Oh.
He's a bad guy.
Did you guys know all the stuff about the Chris Benoit murder, or no?
Yeah, I knew
Was that your first-
majority.
Yeah, I for the longest time I was waiting for there was a book, Ring of Fire, I think it was called.
Yeah.
That was written about it,
Yeah.
and I was waiting for that to come out on audiobook. But it never did.
Yeah.
My
It's gonna have spooky music behind it the whole time.
Yeah.
And then they opened the Bowflex room.
Growing up, my dad was very, very obsessed with wrestling. So we watched all the pay-per-views and all of that. So he followed it really closely when it happened. And so I just remember him being like, oh my God, this is, this is actually what happened. And just being like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Right.
And Looney Tunes.
Crazy.
And like that, the weirdest thing too was like the fact that like they were, one of my biggest problems is when like when people make their crazy your problem. And like how many people he shot that text to and was just like, hey, see ya, the dogs are outside, careful, bye. Like, wait, what do you mean? Like, like that kind of thing of like, that was like the added part of like,
here's the question.
These are the people that you're choosing to come discover this. Like, what the fuck, man? Like,
oh, yeah, that's true. I didn't think about it like that.
Do you think you sent the text first, or you think you sent the text later?
Well, as a ghost?
No. Yes.
From beyond? I don't think you sent them from beyond.
No.
I think it was on a plane. I think you still got charged minutes for those. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what year this was.
I mean, like after the murders, like after he killed. Do you think he?
It was probably right before he killed himself.
Like he's
I think.
Yeah, okay, honey,
because
I'll be right up.
He wouldn't want anyone to show up before he killed himself. Like, because I mean, it happened over a course of days, right? Didn't he kill the wife? Then it was a couple days later. Then he did the son, and then.
How long do you think before the kid he got mad enough to kill the kid? How long do you think?
You know, that's what I was wondering. I was wondering like the panic kind of thing of like of a weird feeling of like that's your go-to problem solver. It's just like you're like, okay, wife may have been an argument or something like that. Maybe he snapped and because he was.
Did she find out he was gay?
To do that.
That they were gay lovers.
Wait,
Dude,
hold on.
That's why he was crying in his partner's bed.
I feel the same thing.
Really?
Same exact thing. Yeah.
I thought that
he was
get
devastated. He couldn't do it. I mean, he was sobbing. Like, his wife wasn't even behaving the way that he was. I mean, it was his best friend. I get it. But, like, that would be me if he died.
Were like, No, they were.
That was the other thing we ordered with our Trump check was a Bowflex. So.
Really? Oh, dude, you guys must have. That's the perk of being married during stimulus season is that you get, like, the bonus of, like,
double stimuli, bro.
Double stimuli, Yeah, you guys are stimulated.
Yeah. Now it's time to send the text.
No, Pat, it's recorded.
So I didn't see any of season 1, right? But for the Chris Benoit documentary, I actually just happened to watch for the first time the Ric Flair 30 for 30.
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet.
Dude, it's fucking really good. I was actually thinking about seeing if she wanted to rewatch it with me because like I'm like I even feel like you would like it's just like a great bummer story. It's like honestly, dude, like a lot of people I feel like thought didn't a lot of people say The Wrestler was about Hulk Hogan? Or was it like loosely? It's kind of loosely based on like all wrestlers, right?
Yeah,
I'm sure it took inspiration from
Jake
all
the
of them.
Snake from like a lot of people like so like it feels kind of like that, but like the whole time he's just fucking killing it. Like there's never really a downtime until like kind of now. Like it's just now.
He's like, I'm old, I can't move.
Yeah, like literally that's his only limitation. Like he's lost people, which is sad, but like as far as like
his son,
like
heroin.
Like, they go into that and stuff like that.
Good.
Yeah.
So like it's a really good thing. So like that's how I started out. Then we watched the Chris Benoit thing together. Then we watched New Jack, and I'm like, holy shit, New Jack's worse than Chris Benoit? What the fuck?
When he stabbed that
New Jack
guy?
should be in jail, man. New Jack.
What the fuck is that? You better watch out. He doesn't know where you live, right?
No. How often is he in Philly?
I don't know, and I don't want to know.
I don't even know where he lives. Where does he live?
I don't know.
Parts unknown.
Nightmares.
Yeah, in your nightmares.
Yeah.
Definitely not one guy's fucking nightmares. Like, so there's like,
Yeah. Oh.
there's a
The
little.
guy he stabbed or the guy he threw from
Wait, hold on.
fucking
The
rack?
Which
kid that
one?
he ripped, like he essentially scalped him.
Yeah, he scalped that kid. Yeah.
Oh my
I mean, but that
God.
kid did die from being fat, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had fatitis, so
Yeah.
that was.
Yeah, he had fatitis real bad.
At least he gave him a little bit of stardom, right? I mean,
Yeah, right. For a little
Oh.
bit, he threw it away by not coming back.
right?
I wouldn't have come back. Fuck that.
Not to have no. Like you saw how he handles fucking rematches. Holy shit, he threw that other guy off the
true.
fucking
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, true.
stun Gundam, and then like what the
Yeah.
fuck, man?
my-
So
Yeah.
I've been loving these. I don't know, like the Brawl for All. Like this is all like the era that I have been I watched.
Yeah.
Like almost
Yeah.
the Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit era.
It's
I had
probably like
already,
towards the end.
yeah, I wasn't watching so much at that point.
Yeah.
But I was familiar. Obviously, I knew who fucking Chris Benoit was and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So like that's I don't know. What do you think your favorite thing has been so far?
About the quarantine.
Well, about any of that. Like about I was gonna say Dark Side of the Ring, but yeah.
About Dark Side of the Ring. I like the.
What's your favorite episode so far?
My favorite. Okay. I did not like the Brawl for All episode. I thought it was stupid and dumb.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you mean, like the how it
Mm.
was done, or like did you actually like the Brawl for All?
No, like the whole idea was dumb. And
Yeah.
I think the execution of the episode was dumb. It's just like it just feels like they were just trying to fill time
Yeah.
because a Brawl for All isn't like really like, well, in my opinion, it's not something like remarkable. You know,
Well, I
like,
think it was remarkable the business aspect of it, like
mhm.
the fact that you just threw these people together, created animosity. Like it's like it was like the beginning of reality TV. Like they
Yeah.
orchestrated something that ended up being like, he's our best wrestler. Like one of them had like a $5 million
That was him.
deal or
Dr.
contract
Death,
or
yeah.
whatever. And
Yeah.
then he couldn't wrestle anymore. And it was like,
Yeah.
do you understand how many people were going to make money off of him? Like
Yeah.
yourself included,
Now
and you
only
just threw
he's
it away.
made money off of him.
Yeah.
I bet he's happy. He's dead now. I don't remember how he died, but something probably like overdosing. That's how wrestlers die from overdoses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or porn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Porn.
or porn, or what's his face? I felt so bad because one of my all-time favorites was D'Lo Brown growing up, and the fact that he had that. I used to have a Draws action figure. Yeah, I used to do that too.
Yeah,
I was like, he's the only wrestler that got CTE from his entrance and nothing to do with wrestling.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
But like just a fucking simple little slip up, and then Draws just like Bradshaw's.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
just
get it.
threw up. He's gonna puke.
Dude, that scene. Vince is such a fucking idiot, dude. I think that's so funny. Like,
Yeah.
I like how Jim Cornette and like all these other people were so pissed off at that guy Russo. And
yeah, Vince Russo. Vince Russo's trash though.
He's absolutely he's reality show guy. Like they're doing like Jerry Springer shit. Like that's like they showed it in the thing. But the fact that everybody's pissed off at him, and I'm like, isn't it Vince's company, Vince McMahon's company? Like he's the one that greenlighted it.
Yeah.
But they're just like, I was like, it was like they're like when you tell a kid right before bed, like, you want some cake? And they're just like, yeah, cake. Like, God damn it, Steve. Why'd you say that?
Yeah. Don't give him ideas.
Don't give him any fucking
He comes up with his own. You don't need to help him.
Yeah.
You didn't like the Brawl for All, but you
I don't. I hate the Brawl for All. I don't know why I hate it. It just because nobody likes a legend. Like nobody in it matters.
Yeah.
Like that's the only reason. Like, because it's just a bunch of people telling the story I don't really care about.
Right.
My biggest takeaway.
Because who even remembers it?
Right. Well, I didn't remember it until they brought it up, and I was like, I remember in the moment at the time. I was like, like I don't care. I don't want to see like. I still thought it was fake. So I was like, so you're just gonna fake boxing? I hate boxing. Why would I want to watch fake boxing?
Yeah.
So I never even gave it a time of day.
Bradshaw did get fucked up though. That was crazy. He got knocked the heck out.
Yeah.
He was that was the thing. Even in the moment, like this was my biggest takeaway from it, was like the fact that I feel like that's why people think that like wrestling is so like fake, because when something real happens, they're like, we don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And it's like, then push that guy. He's legitimately the toughest guy in the locker room. Use that.
Yeah.
That's like, you don't have to fake it now. Like I was saying, like when like they've announced like real like UFC fights or boxing matches or anything like that, they go like, then they have to hype it. Like the fighters have to hype it, and the promoters and stuff like that. You have a team of writers, and you've also been given proof that this guy motherfucking knocked out the biggest motherfucker in the locker room.
A $5 million contract.
Yeah. He ruined a fucking multi-million-dollar company. But I don't know. I guess you're right. I haven't watched the Snuka one yet. Have you watched that?
Did it just come out? It just came out.
Yeah, I think so.
No, not yet. Now I got something to watch.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So we were talking about the other day about we love watching.
Let me say, I've been liking those streams, dude, with you and Chris, dude. The game streams, you guys gotta keep them up, dude.
Yeah, actually, we were supposed to do it today, but I ended up having, dude, I was so blessed today to have like just regular people problems again.
Yeah.
I ordered a computer. I wanted to pick it up right down the street from my house, from the Best Buy. And they were like, yeah, sure, you can do that. Part of it was ready. The other part was like in transit, wasn't going to be ready till like the 25th. I was like, in transit from the back of the store? Like, get on your horse, Derek. Get on back there. Get on now. Let's go get a computer. Go fetch me a computer. What is it like? I was like, I wanted to get so upset, like, but I was just like, pandemic. People are, even stupid people are still living. Like, I gotta remember. But I ended up having to go to York. But I was supposed to actually stream with Chris this morning, around 10 or something like that. I think we're gonna try it tomorrow morning. So we're gonna play tomorrow. We're gonna play Call of Duty, and we're gonna be searching for blood money, baby.
Yeah, dude. When I get my PS4, I'm gonna be in there with y'all.
I have seen you signed in.
Oh, I was playing on I've been playing on other people's PlayStations.
Yeah, I brought it up to. I had Andy on the show last night, and he was like, he told me a story where you came to his house, and then just signed onto his PlayStation and just played video games while him and his wife or girlfriend at the time were eating dinner in the other room.
Yeah, that's what I like when I was in Detroit. Me and my friends would fucking
eating Little Caesars.
We'd go to the corner store, we'd come in, and we go straight into the kitchen and play some Nintendo 64.
Yeah. No, hey, I lived the same life, dude. All summer vacation, all I wanted to do was have air conditioning and play Super Nintendo.
Yeah, I didn't even think it was weird until Andy said something. I was like, yeah, that's what you do. That's
I didn't think it was weird.
What do you mean? I'm hanging.
Yeah. Hey, we're hanging out, man.
I'm fine. Yeah.
You are more than welcome to come over and sign into my PlayStation anytime, buddy. Don't you worry.
Well, thank you.
But so when you do get a PlayStation, what else have you been doing to keep busy during the whole?
Like, how has it been? Because you're in Philly, right?
Yeah,
So is Philly really weird, or is it?
Yeah,
the same?
it's like Harrisburg on Fridays now, or no, Harrisburg on like a Thursday. You know, where it's like a couple people they're taking advantage of Thirsty Thursdays, but like everything's like it's kind of like abandoned. It's like a ghost town. There's tumbleweeds.
I saw somebody on Facebook in New York City, and they're in the middle of the street hitting a tennis ball against like a fence, and they're just in the middle of the street. I was like, oh my god!
Yeah, like the post said, it was like, dude, this is like 42nd Street. What the fuck? Like,
it's like Times Square, and they're by themselves.
Yeah.
But have you been like? I know you're doing I'm doing Feud next week or coming up. I don't
Oh,
know when
I'm
this will be
so
out,
excited for that. That's gonna be so cool.
Yeah.
I hope it's cool.
No, that's a really good idea. I'm excited to watch that.
I've been working on my bad topics. I think I got at
Do you
least
have a preview? Do you have a preview?
Dude, so far, I don't know about a lot of people, but I'm kind of pro Rona right now.
Okay.
I might stand to profit from the Rona, and I'm not saying that human lives are worth any kind of money, but
cha-ching. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, sure, your Nana died, but like,
dude, Pat, that's how white people get rich. It's taking advantage of pandemics.
Yep.
and I've never been on that side.
Yeah.
I've always been on the side of like, we don't have toilet paper, but I'm like, shit, we got plenty.
Yeah.
And don't worry, if you come to try it again, you're gonna have to answer to me. I'll shoot you right between the eyes.
Carol Baskins.
That's been my.
If he gets out of if he's out of jail, if Trump pardons him, I don't like just throw your hands up in the air.
Yeah.
Like you just don't care.
Yeah.
What has this world come to if he is pardoned by the president of the United States? Because he is very much so guilty for why he is in jail. Very
honestly,
much so.
We pardon the turkey every year. So.
You are so right about that.
I forgot.
Are you calling Joe Exotic a turkey, you motherfucker?
He's a jive turkey.
Who the fuck you calling turkey, buddy?
Oh my god, I totally forgot that we do that,
dude. The level of people like there's two different things. Like I'm like, you can't just not tell us that they're doing meth the whole time and make me feel like they're doing meth the whole time, and then be like, "Hey, guess what?"
Drugs.
Yeah, they didn't even mention. They're just like, "He's a good guy that likes tigers."
It's very obvious.
I'm like, why are they all missing teeth?
You don't have to say it.
And then John keeps losing hair and gaining hair and losing teeth and gaining teeth. It's like, dude.
It's just like, wait a minute.
I saw a picture of him with teeth. Completely different person. You wouldn't even recognize him. I would not think that's the same person. It's crazy what teeth can do. The impact teeth make. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I haven't been like so far. Like again, I was explaining to Andy last night. Like, I don't want to be the guy that's like, you know, I don't want to necessarily just be the guy that's like, oh, my life hasn't changed. I don't like, but like it's kind of been a thing where like we've been not preparing for this, but we've been like,
what was really cool is
for a while.
The week before this, we went to a podcast convention.
Yeah.
So we came back, and then a week later, everything like blew up. So it was kind of like we were riding off of, I don't know about a high, but like we were like inspired, like this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna make this production company, and this is how we're gonna do it. And then it was just like, holy shit, the world just shut down.
And they're like, here's a bunch of time and money.
Here's time, here's some money. Figure out, make your business plan. So it was just kind of we're taking advantage of it.
Yeah, absolutely. This is what people like us have been waiting on.
Right.
Like, this is the absolute moment to take advantage of the times.
Up until this point, every single time, because we've been married a long time, and we get asked.
You and LeMaire?
Yeah. Yeah. I've been knowing him for a long time. But we always get
George
pressured. I all the time, like we get pressured a lot. We get people go like, when are you two having kids? Like almost immediately after we started dating, even like people are gonna start being like, well, you know, when you start having kids. It's like, and now it's funny because not a lot of people are still asking us that. Because guess what? We got the easiest motherfucking answer in the world right now. Right now is why. Because now we have the time to build that nice base that we got, start that company, small business built on the backs of all the dead
All the grandparents that are about to leave a bunch of money to their grandkids.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sad.
It is. And I'm not.
It's so
I'm
sad.
not
It's so
condoning.
sad, but I'm gonna wipe my tears away with money.
Right. I'm not condoning it, but this is definitely a bad opinion. Like, I'm sure there's gonna be
That is a
lot
bad
of hate.
opinion. There you
I'm
go.
saying, like, dude, a lot of people that like, there's been.
Well, Pat,
Do you
it's
remember?
a good thing you're on Feud. The
Yeah.
game show hilariously bad opinions.
Yeah, baby. Who's
Yeah.
what are you? You said you're trying to do one every day or every other day? Or let's not. Do you want to?
No, it's okay. No, we can. The goal is every day. If I talk about it, then I have to do it. The goal is every day.
No matter what, I just put it out there. So
yeah,
got to be one of those two.
Yeah, it just means I got to do a lot more work like now than just hurry up and get shit together.
Let me know if I can help. You know, I mean, obviously I'm doing one, but
Excuse me.
trust me, I have no shortage of bad ideas.
Yeah.
The other thing that we had talked about that I thought was a really cool thing is, so you know, like the comics that are like a class or two above you guys, that they're completely reliant on comedy, they're fucked.
Yeah.
Because they
if we would have made it,
right, like they're, who knows when things are going to get back running, but when you have people that are still doing, like, not fully, they're not able to fully just live off of comedy and they're still doing other stuff, this is your time to then you'll skyrocket past them because you're not in trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
And then using these other mediums, like not everybody has podcast, or like he started doing Twitch, Zoom, and now this makes it even easier. We could do this after the pandemic, because half the time it's like, oh, this person lives so far, and now it's like we could do an interview with Tom Segura.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think he would do it.
That's
that's
the worst one to go to right away.
I don't know why he would
for
never ever do that. But it opens the door to other stuff.
Maybe Pat House.
I know what you mean.
Pat House.
I know what you guys mean. Yeah, I know what you mean.
But it's just kind of like thinking of the. Like,
it's exciting to see like what the next year is gonna be. Yeah. Because it's gonna be different.
A lot of comedians are like, they're like, I don't want to do comedy on Zoom because it's different and it's fucking new. Yeah. And I'm like, that's how you guys always get passed up, is because you guys aren't willing to like learn the new medium. It's like it's like oil painting, you know, like you learn and you paint with paint.
Come on, you're watching what's
acrylic,
his face? He's right behind
acrylic, you. Yeah. Bob Ross,
yeah, like that's why out of all of the examples.
I got it. Acrylic paint drips differently than oil painting, so you have to learn how to use it a little bit lighter. You have to learn. Yeah, exactly. And that's what Zoom is, or comedy online. Yeah. It's just the adaptation of the form.
And you're going to reach so many more people, because I even think once they say, okay, you know, comedy shows or like bars are open and stuff, people are still going to, it's not going to fill up right away. I mean, you might initially maybe get some people, but people are still going to be really nervous. So being able to build an audience this way, then in a year or 8 months, whatever it is, when people feel a lot more comfortable, then they're going to be like, oh, I want to go see him do stand up, because I've seen all of this stuff that he's put out this way, you know, reach more people. And it'll be great.
Yeah. And that's
you got to take advantage. You got to, and like he keeps saying, like, I want to put content out there and all different, you know, doing the video gaming, doing this.
Even like, well, I'm thinking of even like Alan's doing things. A lot of people are doing cool things on Instagram Live. Like that's the thing, is you were already very like active on like the stories and shit like that already. Yeah. But like, there's people that have already like put together, like Alan put together a whole like roast battle, like competition tiered, has like everything timed out and all this shit. And you're like, he started a thing of mass hilarity. God damn it, I'll get it right. It's Google Alan Massenberg, mass hysterical, masshysterical.com, and he's got shirts. He's got fucking like bits that he's always done videos, shit like that on Instagram and everything. And I comment, like today, I was just like, man, great, keep up the great work. Like everybody that's putting stuff out there right now, keep up the great work.
Because you guys are the ones that, you know, you are actual comedians, and like this is not just a hobby. Like you're still you're essentially doing open
Do
mics
something with
in
it.
the way like you're still
in a new way.
Yeah.
And that's my thing.
It's hard and it's really cool.
My thing was I knew I wouldn't have a creative enough idea to do something different with like the whole stand-up thing. You know what I mean? Like I knew that like as soon as you said like, hey, do you want to do it? Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like you don't have to explain it. Do you want to do it? Yeah, I do. I've done Feud before. I've worked on shows that you've put on before, and it's never been. I was just talking to Mike Peters. I was on the mic with Mike on that podcast with a comic from upstate New York, Mike Peters, very good guy. Met him through the Brewery Comedy Tour.
Okay,
He was talking about like how like we were talking about bar shows and stuff like that, and I didn't get a chance to actually finally say like, because I'm like, it's so hard to put on a decent show at a bar, and when it's done, it's so much more fun, and that's what your shows at the Speakeasy always are.
Yeah.
Like I will do those shows. Like it doesn't matter. Anytime you say like, do you want to do the show? Because I know it's done right. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
like,
it's fun. There's like it's not your same show. Like there's
right.
It's a little different, which makes it nice. So and especially the people that do go see a lot of comedy, someone like myself, where it's just like it's the same thing over and over. It's nice to spice it up. Like the joke reveal party too. That's so much fun.
Put some chorizo in there.
Yeah.
So like when
salsa verde.
Poppy, come down.
Oh yeah.
Yes, Poppy.
I can't stop the rhythm.
But like I see like you putting on a show, like you say I'm putting on a show, like Alan says I'm doing a roast battle. Like if it wasn't a roast battle, I'd have been like, yeah, let's do it. Because I sucked at roast battles before. And I understand what you're saying.
As a fat kid, and now you can't fight. So
doesn't matter. Yeah. It's one of those things of like I just don't need that right now. I don't need any more kind of like but it gives people something to look forward to. It gives something new, different, something like that. You know what I mean? And that's something that a lot of people, we haven't had. Like, I was fucking super bummed out that the UFC got canceled. That fucking, you must be excited though, because you got to see wrestling. Wrestling is
did you watch it?
Is deemed essential in Florida, which isn't a compliment. That is not a compliment if you're essential in Florida.
It's you and Waffle House.
Yeah. So has there been anything that you've been looking forward to that you like? Were you excited about the basketball playoffs? I know you were excited about the NHL playoffs, but
I feel like no, I just was excited for the rest of the year.
like going to
like
do
stuff that's coming up.
Yeah, just like because like everything. I don't know. I live a pretty spontaneous life, except like, like most of it's planned, but like
not just you.
Yeah. Yeah, Poppy. No. Yeah.
I mean, you didn't have a lot planned, or did you?
No, I had some stuff planned.
Yeah.
It would have been a good month.
Yeah, I had a lot of live, like that's one thing I am looking forward to when everything gets back to normal, is being able to do like live podcast stuff, live things, even cool. Like that stuff, like obviously comedy and stuff like that. But that
you know what I miss? I miss hosting at the Raven Lounge. That's what I miss.
Yeah, even going to a nice open mic and just kind of
drinking,
getting inebriated and talking some shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's fun. It's fun to get a little fucked up and just kind of talk some shit. And you can do that online, but it's then you wait and you edit it and you put it out. Somebody talks shit and you're like, what are you talking shit about? I don't remember that.
I need that. They quit comedy 10 years ago.
Yeah, I need that.
Steve Sudia. No.
but like I was supposed to headline a festival. I was supposed to I had 3 different live podcast festivals lined up.
Yeah.
I was supposed to do the Delco Mania, the wrestling convention, stuff like that. Like I had there's some shit that I hope is still there when it's over, but there's like I said, there's been lots of negative. It's definitely not all positive, but I think like you, like I kept all the things in my calendar because I want to remember like these are the people to contact.
Yeah.
Remember you thought I was cool like 6 months ago? Like, is that still? You still think I'm cool? But I keep those things, like whatever I did have planned. Obviously, I'm gonna hit you back up to try to do the speakeasy again. But you know, I don't know. What do you think? Okay, so you've enjoyed watching wrestling. You've watched Tiger King, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah. Tiger King wrestling.
What do you think? What?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, did you watch the Boneyard match?
No, I did not watch the Boneyard. You were gonna say Graveyard match, first of all.
Yeah, I was gonna say
it was a Boneyard.
Yeah.
For some reason,
I had to adjust myself.
They changed the name. Isn't it? Is it true, or is it? I don't know if they were just joking around, but Manny and Youngblood said they changed the name from Graveyard to Boneyard because of the Corona. They didn't want to say Graveyard. They said Boneyard because it was more cartoony.
No, I think they said Boneyard because Vince McMahon heard him say Boneyard.
Boneyard.
Yeah. He was like, I love the innuendo.
So no, I haven't. I didn't watch that, but that was essentially just like a movie fight scene, right?
Yeah, it was good. It was like you like Steven Seagal?
No, I love Steven Seagal.
Oh, then you're gonna love the Boneyard match.
Really?
Yeah. Undertaker's basically Steven Seagal. He takes on 6 druids. He's crazy. It's wild.
Druids? Hold on, what?
Yeah.
The druids aren't on his side? I thought he was.
No, enemy druids, men in cloaks. They're against him. He comes out as Big Evil, the American badass. He comes in on a motorcycle.
You're exciting Dom too much over here.
Yeah.
He was just yawning.
Sorry.
You gotta watch it. Russian Firefly Funhouse match?
No, I didn't.
Cinematic one? Okay. You'll like them. They're good, like non.
They're like fight. Yeah, they're like fight scenes, right?
Yeah.
I loved. That was the thing too. That was another thing that kind of brought me into that world more. Was seeing the lighter. Do what?
You didn't see when I flinched. I thought I dropped the lighter.
Was his thing going into that? Like all of his promos, all of his shit I've enjoyed so much. Like the Muscle Man guy, all the characters, all the little puppets, the little Vince McMahon puppet. It's so fun. Maybe I don't get all the jokes, but love.
If you love that, then you'll love the Firefly Funhouse match.
I'll watch it. I'm gonna watch it actually tomorrow because we're gonna be recording. I think tomorrow evening, Falls Count Anywhere. So.
Okay.
And so you actually, if you want, we're going to be doing a Zoom meeting. So if you want to come on in, we're probably going to have it open to callers if you want to come on in and share your opinions on those matches.
I don't have anything else to do. I'm quarantined.
Are you wearing your mask?
I'm going to buy more beer. I have a mask. I'll grab it. Do you guys have masks?
Dom has.
I have one downstairs.
She made one out of like a bandana.
A t-shirt.
And a t-shirt.
Dom, is your job open?
My store is closed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because my friend in Westchester works with your place, and he works there.
Yeah.
It's it has my initials. There's a comedian. I helped her out, and she made it for me.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's like monogram?
I know, right? Yeah.
Is that silk? Oh, dude, that looks so fucking cool. See, I thought you'd be all over this. I thought you'd be like as a Mortal Kombat fan.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I know. I've been looking at them online now.
Yeah.
They've got cool masks now. They're coming out with some cool stuff.
Kirk was talking about that on Proper Robotics. He was talking about doing like cosplay.
With the mask?
Yeah, go as Sub-Zero, go as Scorpion.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm gonna get one of the Iago faces. Do you know what Iago is?
Is that the bird from Aladdin?
No.
Oh no, that's Asiago. Right.
That's cheese.
Yeah. It's cheese made from the bird from Aladdin.
What is that name?
Iago, he said.
Iago. Iago's the bird. Iago. It's this weird like anime thing. Don't look it up.
She's looking it up. Is it porn? Is it porno?
No, and then if you look at the mask, the face is weird. It's like
I don't even know how to spell it.
Funny.
Yeah, how do you spell it?
A.
Go on. Go.
Why? I don't know. Why?
Oh, you don't know?
No. AYAGO.
He knows.
I don't know.
There's no way. It's gonna give all the suggestions I just said. Asiago, Iago from Aladdin.
Yeah, it's giving me a car, a Toyota car.
Is it a mask?
No. It's a very ugly car.
Search mask. I gotta find it. I can't find it. Okay. It's a hashtag I follow.
Oh, that was the other thing.
Okay. Yes.
Have you been watching Ozarks? Do you watch that?
No, it's white peopling so much.
Dude,
I
think I'm on your side. Okay, I think that's because
yeah.
this was my biggest problem. I was like, I think this is just all the boring parts of Breaking Bad. This is like the worst parts of Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and my line this whole season, again, you're not watching it, but season 3, anybody that's watching season 3 of Ozarks, is you should have listened to your fucking husband.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to.
Every single time.
I love it because it gets so deep into characters that you get to know them so well that when they are making decisions, you go, oh yeah, that's why you're making that decision, because you're stupid. Like, because your dad fucked you up.
Husband, you idiot.
You got dad.
Did she get her comeuppance? His wife get her comeuppance?
No, not yet. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's been frustrating. It's like it's, again, there's, you got your same elements. You got a nerdy white dad that gets in over his head with a drug cartel. You got your bitch wife. Wait, what?
I watched like episode 7. I know, like I watched to the part where he smacked her butt and she was like, "Dude, why'd you do that?" And he was like, "I thought you'd like it."
There is a little bit of context that you should probably know about that, but it's probably not.
Oh, I know the context.
Okay, I was gonna say.
This is the mask I want.
What is that?
It's just the mouth and the nose with the tongue out.
I see it now.
Okay. Yeah. So get it. Why are you gonna order it?
No, I'm not brave that way.
We'll get it for you for your birthday. Don't worry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'll be fine. Masks will be done by then.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. The governor just announced today of Pennsylvania that everybody has to wear face masks to work. All establishments have to now wear face masks, and the job has to provide them for you.
Like forever?
Well, not forever, but for now. I think we'll have face masks for at least 3 to 6 months.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
But I don't think it'll be forever. But so but it was. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Yeah. How do we I'm sorry. I had my mind's blown. How does the air stop? How do we stop the air?
That's what they're like. Literally, I was on a call today, and that's what they're talking about in air velocity. Depending on the situation that you're in, for us, they're asking about are we going to add plexis? Are we going to do all of that different stuff? But right now we're just drive-through only. So they're saying the air curtain has enough velocity and weight that it wouldn't let the virus come through, but we're just to be on the safe side, everybody has to wear face masks to help that doesn't happen.
So your worst fear.
That sounds made up.
Yeah. Right.
So the worst enemy is the
science.
air. Yeah.
Facts and science. That is all that we are dealing with.
Right.
They keep reiterating. They just keep saying we're not speculating.
This air
is
better than
science.
that air.
This is science.
So as long as we have enough of this air, that air should be okay on this side.
Yeah. So that's why they're trying to figure that out, because they were saying it wasn't airborne. Now it is airborne. It was 6 feet. Then it was 13 feet. Now it's 27 feet. They said when we eat lunch, and this is from the governor, when we eat lunch, we cannot face each other. You have to sit side by side, and you have to be able to be at least 6 feet apart. Yeah, and you can't have people leaving at the same time. So you have to stagger when people come into work and when people leave, because I guess maybe people are like, they're off their shift and they go
like, okay,
stand outside.
All right, I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, he dropped a whole bunch of shit today at like 2:00, and then my boss called us and was like, "Okay, we're having a call at 11:00 tomorrow for what the governor just said." And I was like, "Oh."
There's like, these are the only ways you can open, or those is like, or those is rules for businesses to open?
Yeah,
it's
that's for all essential. So they have not,
Oh, okay.
they're not opening non-essential yet. So this is for everyone that's open as of right now. This is what it's going to look like. But for us, because my store specifically, we're right next to the hospital. They had a testing tent up. Like I could see it from my store. So they're like, it's too close. It's going to bring people with symptoms directly into your area, so we're just going to close. So we're closed until May 3rd. We're supposed to open on May 4th now. So that's happening because the government stopped funding those testing sites. So they're actually probably going to get rid of the testing sites because PA is not overwhelmed. We did a really good job of the hospitals not being bombarded. So yeah, we're doing good.
Good state. State.
Yeah, we are a really good state. The Harrisburg mayor made a speech or whatever.
He said, "Good job."
Yeah, and he was like, "I am so proud.
You're such a good boy.
Of all the
You did such a good job.
All the citizens in Harrisburg, everyone is following the stay home order. Because if you look at Michigan, your hometown, they're all saying that Corona is a hoax and that it doesn't exist.
Michigan isn't.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, how many people? How many people have it? Nobody. I mean, how many people out there have it?
They're like the third or fourth state. We're number 6 in the U.S. for high. Like,
turns out that's what's
Michigan
been wrong
is like
with the water
4th.
the whole time.
Michigan's the 4th highest state, and obviously in the United States. So they've got a lot of cases, but they say it's not real. So they're gonna stay outside.
I'm on that side, kind of. I feel like this is just a hindrance. The government's trying to institute a plan to turn us into slaves. That's what Eric Snow just said, and I agree with me.
But okay, so that is a possibility.
Edward.
But what about the election? Because that's that is what's actually crazy about all of this. Like, there are states that are like, we're not going to have an election, or not that they're not going to, but they're like, we're postponing this. You can't do the absentee ballots. We're just putting a pause on it for now. So what does that mean? Like, what's going to happen with that? The presidential election is in November. They can't campaign right now. Like, so I'm really, really interested to see how that all pans out.
Yeah.
Because that's where conspiracy, like, that's where it goes, what's happening? What's going on?
Yeah. It's probably, America, this is going to happen like all great American things, made in China.
Yeah.
Buddy, we're going to wrap up. We're going to we haven't eaten dinner yet. We got to eat some dinner.
Din.
I get that.
Tell the fine folks. I don't know yet, actually. She was going to get Chinese food.
But now it's late.
Ooh.
So should we just go to Popeyes and get some spicy chicken sandwiches?
We may get the best service. We may not get any service at all.
Who knows?
Would you want to do that? You want to get some spicy chicken sandwiches?
Well, I remember you offering that you were going to go get Chinese food. So maybe I'll go with you.
Okay.
See? Happy wife, happy life.
Oh, yeah.
You just say something that she doesn't like until you just say something that she does. That's the key to marriage.
It's like a long run-on sentence.
You just
smile.
That's where you're just like.
That's why I love Ozark.
So maybe we should
listen to your wife.
Listen to your wife. Jesus Christ.
Not from that show. That show don't listen to the wife. Listen to the husband.
There's one guy. There's a guy that's like, I launder money for the Mexican cartel. I've been doing it without you knowing for like 12 years. But you definitely know more about this business because you've been doing it for like 2 years.
She had a sense of clarity, and she's like, you know what? I'm somebody. I can do this. I can create my own destiny.
Drug cartels.
Is that season
not
3?
The place.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Somebody
comes up. She's like, bitch, I'm gonna run it. I'm gonna run it now, and then it doesn't.
And the
She's
cartel.
the drug cartel.
She gets his number.
She's trying to cancel.
She's
trying to cancel a cartel. That's what she's trying to cancel a cartel essentially.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Work.
Okay, I'll catch up.
Yeah,
no, just watch season 3. Just watch season 3.
Yeah, season 3 is good. I mean,
okay.
it doesn't get good until like the 4th episode, but
I've seen 2 seasons of Ozark, and going into season 3 of Ozark, I'm like, I don't remember anything that happened.
I was like, whose baby is that? I don't remember.
Who the fuck is that?
What happened?
Wait, what happened to the FBI?
Exactly.
Yeah, they're all dead.
You're like, wait, what happened? That one guy, wasn't he fucking that guy? Is he dead?
Yeah.
Did you?
Right.
Did you watch? What was the? It's a foreign show, but it looks scary. The different levels. Did you see?
Raid?
Oh yeah.
What is it?
Isn't it Raid Redemption?
No. No. That's a different one. That's actually supposed to be. That's a really good one, right?
Oh.
It's
Platform.
Like the
Platform.
Food,
Yeah. Did you
Platform.
see that?
I didn't see it. No.
I want to see it.
Yeah.
Do you want to see it? It's foreign, so I don't know if. Oh fuck yeah, let's watch that tonight.
You read it to me.
Yeah.
tell the fine people listening where they can find you and where they can find. I know this will probably be out by the time this comes out. I'll probably have already done Feud, but if you are doing future ones, tell people where they can find you and your stuff and everything online.
Just
LeMaire.com.
Yeah. Just search LeMaire Lee. I'm on everything. Facebook, Snapchat, OnlyFans, Instagram. Yeah. There's Pornhub, My Free Cams. I got one of everything.
Anywhere
just
you
search
can
LeMaire
stream.
Lee. Yeah, anywhere you can stream. And Feud will be streaming on my Facebook page, LeMaire Lee. And then also streaming there's the Alt Black Podcast, which is also on podcast networks, stations.
And you were just on Panties in the Mouth?
And I was just on Panties in the Mouth podcast. Yeah, and that was fun with Andy and Nate.
Hell yeah.
Those dorks. Do you know that argument? Do you know that argument, the Panties in the Mouth argument?
No, he said to listen to the first episode that they break it down, so we have to listen to it.
But
it was like a legendary 3-week battle. It was a while. It was
hold on, Andy
over this.
Really? With Andy?
Not Andy.
Oh. And Nate?
No. Yeah.
Those two? I mean, that's like saying like Andy would get angry with you.
Yeah.
Never. Who can get mad at LeMaire?
Yeah, I know. I don't do anything wrong.
Never.
They made shirts. They made shirts. I remember you telling me that. They made shirts.
They made shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the
Wife George on Instagram, PG Comedian on Instagram, Gross Domesticated Podcast, all the podcasts that we do. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We love you.
Gross.